Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. These are Equinox readings and we are asking about a significant blessing that is coming to you in the next 3 months, in this window of time between the equinoxes and the coming solstices. Now, I picked up this pack. I was literally preparing, shuffling as I do, and these 3 cards just slid out, and I thought, and they literally flipped over. So I think these are our cards. So I have literally started to record. I'm going to put these to one side, and we're going to look at these cards. I think when something like this happens, you have to listen to it. We have 3 beautiful crystal hearts as well to help to guide you in. Welcome everybody. Welcome if you're returning to the channel. Welcome if you're new to the channel. What an extraordinary time we are living in astrologically. There's a lot happening, and the equinox is a significant turning point. It's a point of equal balance in day and night, and it is a time when the earth kind of stands still. It's a point when we can really refresh, actually. It's like literally pressing the refresh button within our own lives. So these are our 3 cards. We are asking what significant blessing is coming to you in the next 3 months. Pile 1, you have Rosa Aureum, the golden rose. Rosa Aureum, the golden rose. And this is sitting with the beautiful cat's eye heart. Just look at this. The way it captures the light. Isn't it amazing? So that is pile 1. I think I'm going to put that just there. It kind of looks rather beautiful, doesn't it? Pile 2, you have glass, speculum. This is for pile 2. Isn't it interesting? I actually want to say what spectacular blessing. This is what's coming through here. What spectacular blessing is coming to you? Okay, in the next 3 months. And we have the jasper heart. This is what this crystal looks like. Then we have for pile 3, Earth's heart, Coverum terra. And this is what this card looks like for pile 3. And we have the fluorite heart for you. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so beautiful souls. I'm going to draw some charms as well, because I know some of you really like the charms. I will be drawing runes, but I'm going to draw them in the readings themselves. So let's draw a charm as well for you. So pile 1, you have the octopus. I'm just going to put it on that little counter there so you can see it clearly. For pile 2, ooh, really attaching to me very firmly, you have the Eiffel Tower. Okay. And pile 3, you have a seahorse. Very beautiful. Don't know if the camera will focus on that or not. I hope you can see that okay. Okay, so beautiful souls, I'll leave the camera running for just a bit longer to give you a little bit more time if you're needing that, and I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Hey, Pile 1, welcome to your reading. You have Rosa Aureum, the Golden Rose. What a beautiful energy this card has. You have the Cat's Eye. This card sometimes indicates that something's going to be revealed to you, or more will be revealed to you. The cat's eyes, a cat's eye in the road, they are, they're there to guide us. They're there so we can see in the dark. We have the octopus. Let's draw your oracle cards before we dive in. I'm going to leave those there, actually. I rather like the way they sit just beneath this card. Okay, let's see what your numbers are saying. We're asking, what significant blessing is coming to you in the next 3 months? I'm seeing 2 number cards for you. Okay, we have 444, protection. Now that is interesting because the rose offers protection. The inner petals are very closed and we see a golden ball here. Justice, truth. Get ready for the good things you've been hoping for. You were born for a higher calling. Put your energy into going towards your ambitions, and the universe will align itself to provide you with the right people, circumstances and resources to make this happen. Wow. Okay, then we have the big break. Oh, wow. Okay, an opportunity, help, extra cash or other support is coming your way. Keep going and have fun when performing your tasks. The most tremendous success comes from passion. Wow. Okay, this is exciting. This is really exciting. Let me just make sure that camera is really focusing on so you can see. I hope if I just refocus, that will get it really clear for you. It gives it an opportunity to do that while we're laying the cards out. Now, let's see what else we're shown. We have peace, dove. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Shift that light as well so you're not getting too much glare on the card. It's interesting, there was a bit of a spotlight coming in here. We have Angel of Wisdom. Oh, I'm loving this. Loving this. Okay. Still like the spotlight is still coming in for you, isn't it? I'm having to move lights around because there's so much coming in. How fascinating. I think you're going to be seen. I think the blessing is a big break, and I think you're going to be seen. Now, in what way you're going to be seen, I'm not yet sure. Let's get some more information, but I think there is a big break. I think something that you've either been working on, or some of you could be writing a book, but something. It's like you share your wisdom, like you get spotted, you get seen. Reminds me, actually, this kept coming to mind with this octopus, that beautiful documentary that somebody made, a diver, where he became friends with this octopus, and it really showed how, this remarkable being, this remarkable creature was just so beautiful, so intelligent, so gorgeous, and as if somehow it was brought to light how amazing this beautiful creature was, these beautiful creatures. It's something comes to light. Maybe you bring something to light, but in doing so, there's a big break. I think you're going to be seen. I think there's a really big break coming to you. We have Wild Red Rider, blessing bestowed. Yeah, this is your other card. Her joy renders the impossible task possible. Oh, wow. That's fab. I think I'm going to leave those 2 cards. Let's see where we're going to place them. Put them over here, or let's put that here maybe. Sit that under your numbers. I think we can do that. If I move everything along, forgive me, Pile 1, where I shunt everything around, but we want to draw a lot of cards for you, so I want to make sure I have space for everything. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Fantastic. Okay. Well, I think we've identified your big break, your lucky break, your big blessing. Let's see if we can get more information about what this is or how it comes. Guardian of Wands. Okay. We've got Guide of Swords, seeing this, seeing these two. I'm actually seeing more. I'm going to go with those as well, and that one. So how I'm going to fit them all in, I do not know. I might even place this somewhere else for a moment. Just see if we can lay these out. So you have Guardian of Wands and Guide of Swords. We have Guardian of Hearts. We have Eight of Hearts. The Guardian Angel. Look at this, books and learning again. We have the Mother Goose. This is the Empress in a traditional pack, which is a card of abundance. It's a card of nurture as well. Look at this, the Eight of Hearts heralding something. Got three more. I'm going to put these to one side for one moment. Let's just rearrange, make some peace and sense with your cards so they're not sort of quite so higgledy-piggledy. And I think we can put this one just here like this. Okay, cool. Wow, let us see what we are looking at. I think it's been a long road to get to where you're going, okay? So many guardians, Guardian of Wands, Guardian of Hearts, the Guardian Angel. I think this is something that it's like a long road. I'm hearing the road less travelled as well. I think you have worked very, very, very hard to get to where you are today. Layer by layer by layer. Now, whether that, for some of you, this will be something that is like a major project and it's a major breakthrough. It's the big break. You get seen, you are visible. Just recenter that camera as well. Again, make sure you can see the cards. Yeah, I think for some of you, it's something you've worked on, like a project that comes to light and it's going to take off. And it will be like, wow, you know, I never thought it could be this big. It's kind of got that flavour. You're going to be seen. For others, I think you are seen and recognised in a personal way. If you have been working through something like if any of you have been in therapy or you've been working through any elements of like depression or anxiety or just family history and stuff, you reach this point where you yourself are in harmony, and also you get seen. If any of you have been going through any kind of a legal battle, I think, you know, the harvest comes with the Mother Goose here and this basket of eggs. You get the desired result. If you've been trying to get someone to literally to see you, you know, if you've been working through family history, if you feel like you have been invisible, if you are single and you feel like you've been invisible and no one's ever seen you, as it were, I think the person that you're longing for will come along and literally see you. This is what this is all about. It's all about being seen for who you truly are and for the amazing person you are. So whether this is like a contribution in a project or something you're working on, you're writing, you're developing, you know, you could be a singer, singer-songwriter, or you a poet, you whatever this is that you are working at. You could be a speaker. Suddenly your career just takes off. You get seen. Something you do goes just viral. It's just amazing. But this is about being seen. Yeah. Or, as I said, whether it's it's been a long, whatever this is, it's been a really long journey. It's taken you a long time to get here. You've had to work at this. Really had to work at this. You know, my kind of hat goes off to you. You have been guided, actually, and protected. But my goodness me, you've had to really work at this. There have been times when I think you have really felt like giving up. But you've always sort of in your heart carried that belief, that it's knowing that it's right. For those of you who've been processing something, it's, you know, it's a determination for something as well, for something to be seen. Maybe some of you are working on projects that allow something to be seen. Bring something to light in order to bring peace, to bring about peace. Some of you may even be teaching others how to work through things in order to be seen, but success is coming to you. It's really interesting, in a traditional pack, the guardians are kings and the guides are queens. And I can't help feeling, you know, you've also got the Mother Goose, which is the Empress. I kind of feel you're going to be at the top. I want to say I think you're going to find your own sovereignty. That's the word that's coming through. You know, when we find our own agency, our own sovereignty, but it's more than just finding your own agency. Agency is about personal empowerment. But this is more than that. It's like owning your personal empowerment and being seen to own it, or recognised or validated in some way. Let's have a look at these 3 cards. We have the Yellow Brick Road. How interesting. So in the Wizard of Oz, we have our heroes. Look, this is like the hero's journey, the hero or heroine's journey. And what we're seeing is the end of the road here. This long journey, the road less travelled, long journey. We have the Yellow Brick Road. You have really learned along the way. We have Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Look at this sort of wicked fairy stepmother, not fairy stepmother, the wicked stepmother. She wasn't a fairy, was she, in Snow White? Snow White is sleeping. And then we have Peter Pan. Okay. So if any of you have been working through, there is a flavour here of working through childhood issues of some sort here. You're getting to the end of the road here. You're getting to, this is the big break. If any of you are writing, or you're songwriting, or all of these things, your poetry, whatever, or becoming a speaker, any of these kinds of things, in essence, I think what you are doing is, if it's a project this is talking about, if this big break is the project or your career pathway, your calling, that area of your life, I think part of what you're doing is bringing something into the world that is as a result of difficulties. It would be like, I had a lovely little, it was in WhatsApp actually, someone sent me one of those lovely little quotes, and it said, it was kind of identifying that we have a choice. If something really, really awful happened, it's not your fault, you didn't do anything wrong. You can choose to repeat the pattern, you can choose to do it completely differently, but the very best people actually do something with that and go out into the world and make a difference. Now, it was said so much better than that, but that's the gist of it. And I feel that's what this is about. It's this point where if you're working on a project, you make a difference. You're going to use your experiences to make a difference in the world. And this is your big break is coming. And for some of you, it is, if you have been working through something, it is your big break. You get validation, you get acknowledgement, you get recognition. I'd like to know how the big break comes, if we can get a little bit more information. Whether we can or not, I don't know, but let's ask. Can we get a little bit more information about how this might arrive? And could we also ask how my beautiful pile ones are going to feel about this? Okay, let's see what we have. So how is this going to arrive? How is the lucky break arriving? So we have 9 of Cups. Look at you jumping for joy, the card of happiness. Beautiful. I love that we have the 8 of Hearts and the 9 of Cups sitting above it, which is actually, what a flow, because the 8 of Hearts is the 8 of Cups. You have the Tower. Oh my God, this is a seriously big break, as it were, literally. Then we have the Ace of Cups. So how does this come? For some of you, it's like a revelation. Something will happen that, for all of you, I suspect, there's an offer of some sort. Okay, and it's life-changing. Now, it could be an offer that takes you on a different pathway or opens your world up. It could be the offer that means that it would be like if you've written a proposal and then suddenly you've been sending it to numerous publishers, and then one comes back and says, this is amazing, you've got to write this book. And they offer to fund it. It's your lucky break. And you're jumping for joy. It's a pathway to the future. It enables you. For others, it's visibility. We've got a full moon here, so it's pure visibility. Something you've already done is seen. For others, it is that validation, that recognition where somebody, you are acknowledged. There's something that is lifting for you. And I think it comes in the form of some kind of gift with the Ace of Cups. It literally is an opening. A door opens for you. It could be it could be instigated by someone who comes along and says, you were right about that, or someone who validates something. But it's really life-changing. Whatever happens, whatever this big break is, it's completely life-changing. Not really being shown much more than that. Only that it arrives through love. And peace. It doesn't arrive in a way that's challenging, which is really lovely. So however this arrives, it's not challenging. Sometimes we get a big break and it's like a breakthrough moment, but it comes at a point of crisis. This doesn't come at a point of crisis. This comes as validation, acknowledgement. Her joy renders the impossible task possible. So this is a really uplifting opening. It's not coming in crisis. It's not coming through difficulty. It's coming through absolute positivity. Beautiful. Love that. I'm loving that, because sometimes a reading will show that the big break is here, but it's a striving or a difficulty that you've got to process. This is quite completely different. How are you going to feel about it? Completion. So it brings something to a completion, a period of hard work, a period of lack, a period where you've been writing but doing your day job as well, or you've been processing through therapy, or you've been waiting for a lucky break so it'll take you on the career pathway you want, or however it is, or the funds to continue doing what you're doing. However this is arriving, it is arriving. It brings a chapter of your world to a point of completion. A chapter where you've, I think at times, been pulled in more than one direction here. It's been this has been a long road to get to where you are, and way to go. We have the Hermit. Very interesting. It's like the writing on the wall is coming through here. How are you going to feel? I think you are going to be both ecstatic, actually, overjoyed, ecstatic, blown away by the life-changingness of this. I really think this will be amazing. There will be an element of melancholy as well, I think, and not in a negative way. It's simply that I think when you have worked really, really hard for something, you suddenly get your lucky break. You are ecstatic. But I think it also reminds you of it. It is like if you've walked that long, long road to recovery, and then you finally get the validation you need. And I think it's just that there's an element of looking back, of recognising, wow, I never thought this would happen. You could sort of be moved to tears, because it's like, wow, I've worked so hard to get here, and now it's here. And I think it's emotional, basically. I'd say melancholy is the wrong word, but I think you're going to feel emotional about it. For some of you, the melancholy element would be what I call the sadness of moving on. So if, for example, I'm just going to use an example, this will not apply to all, but to just some of you. If you had, for example, experienced any form of childhood abuse, when it's finally validated and you finally get to the point where you are free of it and you can lay it to rest, and in fact you're going to use it to help others, there's also a kind of, alongside the ecstatic happiness, there is a recognition of actually what you went through. Because to be able to make a difference to other people's lives, you have to acknowledge where you've come from. And so and of the huge enormity of impact that it had on your world. So there can be that little bit of a flavour, but the overall energy is just joy, it's ecstasy, it's wow, I've got here, it's celebration, it's and quite teary. I mean, you know, I feel like I could tear up just like because of this. But this is the writing on the wall. This was going to happen. For some of you with the Hermit card, this is kind of your destiny. It's why you came here, actually. And victory, of course. I mean, do you know, I knew you were going to get this card. I just knew it. I thought I will really not be surprised if the Six of Wands shows up. It's the card of success. It's also the card of being seen. It's the card of victory, of being seen, of being validated. So this does not surprise me in the slightest. It really doesn't. Wow. Wow, wow, and more wow. So the significant, amazing blessing in your case that is coming, the significant blessing that is coming to you in the next 3 weeks is being seen, and it's a victory in however it's showing up. But I hope this has given you inspiration to continue on the pathway you are currently walking on, knowing that your success is coming. My beautiful pile one, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting each other. Tons of love, and thank you to all of you who comment and give back through the super thanks and like and share and subscribe and all the things that you do. Tons of love, pile one. Hey pile 2, welcome to your reading. Beautiful souls, I realised just as I packed away pile 1 that I forgot to draw runes, but hey, the reading was, well, mind-blowing, so I'm not going to, it obviously was not meant to be, but let's draw your runes first. Okay, so your runes, pile 2, you have Thurizaz, Gateway. You have Uriz, the rune of strength. You have Awaz, the rune of defense, and you have Gibo, a gift, the rune of partnership. Now we're asking, you know, what significant blessing is coming to you in the next 3 months? Speculum, glass. I felt the moment I drew this card that I was looking at your future pathway being laid out in front of you, because this card is quite foggy around here, isn't it? Just looking at this, and you think about glass. What happens when we, you know, glass can kind of mist up, can't it? If you're in a car, it can mist up, and you know you have to kind of clean to be able to see, wipe it away to see clearly. I mean, if you were to travel to the top of the Eiffel Tower, the view would be spectacular. You would be able to see everything that you couldn't see when you were on ground level. Even the rune of Thurizaz, Gateway, speaks about having a different viewpoint. It talks about climbing literally to the top, metaphorically climbing to the top of a mountain and reviewing everything, leaning into a space of gratitude for all of the learning, and then stepping through the gateway. With the rune of defense as well. Gibo, partnership. Let's draw cards before we dive in. Let's move these over. Let's draw your cards before we get into anything else. Let's do oracle cards first. What numbers are showing up for you? Wow. That was like, woo. Here we go. Hello. 2, feminine forces. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Relationships, and you have Gibo, the rune of partnership. Okay. Partner up with the right spirit and you'll become a force. Honour commitments and people around you. Don't judge and listen. Light up. Focus on your needs, desires and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. Okay, I think this may be tuning in then to some aspect of a person, a partnership, a relationship. It could be a relationship with the divine, because that pathway, that height of vision is pretty amazing. Let's see, what else are we showing? We have Bison, gratitude. We've just been talking about gratitude. That's exactly what we were talking about. We have Angel of Adventure. Oh, I like that. This is really, really interesting. Your reading is unfolding beautifully. Blessing of the Kite Dancer. Okay. This is really interesting. Really, really interesting. Let me move these along. I think we can get everything in here, and then we'll draw your tarot cards as well. Yeah, we can. That's cool. Okay. I do think someone is coming into your life, or people maybe. I think there's a new adventure to be begun here. There's an opportunity of a connection with someone. Now, this doesn't mean it's necessarily, for some of you it could be love. I'm about to say it doesn't necessarily mean it's love. You could be in a very happy relationship and very content with where you are, or you could be very content with being single. If you are single, this could well mean love. If you're not, or that's not relevant to you, this could be a new, it could be a new chapter, a new adventure in an existing relationship. It's a new chapter. Perhaps you see the way clearly. If there's been any fog or difficulty within an existing relationship, but you actually want to take it forwards, it's going to rise to new heights. Because look at the view of this kite dancer. She's way over and above, like the Eiffel Tower, looking down on this. It's like you can overcome any obstacles. And if this is a completely brand new kind of thing, a relationship, it could be a business partnership or a friendship or a group of people. You go on an adventure. But metaphorically, it is a new adventure with either someone existing or something completely brand new, but it definitely involves people. I think there's some element of defensiveness in you for some reason. Awaz, I always think it honours boundaries, but you are being asked to not to cling to the past here. If you were invited on, I don't know, the holiday of a lifetime, but a part of you, just thinks, oh, I can't do that. Or last time I went on holiday, I had a really difficult time, and so it's put you off ever doing it again. Don't be defensive. Don't judge this through the lens of the past. If there have been difficulties in an existing relationship and someone comes forward and kind of with an olive branch almost, then I would lighten up. Focus on what you need and be very, very boundaried and very clear about what you need. But it would sort of suggest it's worth giving that person a second chance. If someone brand new is coming into your world, in love or even in business partnership, if you've been stung badly before and you're defensive or anxious about whether to go forward, lean into the gratitude for your learning. This is really, honour commitments and people around you. Don't judge, listen. There's a really interesting flavour about this new beginning, this blessing, which is a connection, I believe, to someone in some part of your world. And you are being asked not to judge, not to be defensive, to listen to what's being said. I sort of feel like it's a genuine offer. You may also need to negotiate, hold your boundaries, say how it is for you, focus on your needs. If you've been a bit of a doormat in relationships, or you've been, you have struggled to hold your own, now is a good time to hold your own, whether it's in an existing relationship or in a new one. But the blessing is a connection with someone or something that comes from people, I think. If you've been resistant, I suppose if it's connected to your relationship with the divine, maybe you have been resistant to hear your calling or something. Let me just also, I'll draw these cards first, and I'm just going to refocus the camera and make sure you can see everything clearly. We have Child of Wands, so this really is a new start. God, my goodness me, with Child of Wands, there's passion to be gained. And look at the way the child is viewing the earth from above. We have Snow White. We have Guide of Crystals. Okay, I'm seeing where this is going. We've got Four of Crystals. We've got Little Red Cap. We have another card, or more even, potentially. I think that's your card here. Okay, then we have Ten of Swords, right, so it's time, something comes a full circle here. It's a completion of something. Yeah, if there's been any discord in your world, there's a completion of a cycle here. Let me focus that camera. Just get up and do that. I hope that's going to make that really clear. Good. I hope that's better. Now, what I'm seeing is, in some part of your world, there has been difficulty in, you've been let down badly. Snow White. We see here this very challenging figure of her evil stepmother. So you've been let down in the past. That's what I'm seeing. Do you know what's coming through here as well is soul loss. Now that might seem a bit random, but let me go with it. In psychotherapy, I was a psychotherapist for a long, long time in my mainstream career. We talk about people fragmenting, breaking down, and in shamanic ways of working, we talk about soul loss. It's exactly the same thing. It's just a different language. I feel that you have been let down in the past, and I think you've almost like the essence of you, or a part of your soul, a very healthy part of your soul, I would add. I think with soul loss, if we experience disappointment, damage, trauma, a part of us kind of fragments, and it's about keeping safe. You know, we sort of remove ourselves from the situation. I think when we've been hurt by something, a part of us, it's why we are then more defended when we start again. I think this is sort of almost a chance for your soul to become whole again, for you to work through something, for a completion to happen here. So if somebody has let you down, I think there's opportunity with Four of Crystals to work through this. Everything is moving upwards, Eiffel Tower. We're looking down on the earth here. We're jumping over this obstacle here. That's what the blessing of the kite dancer is about, overcoming obstacles. We're climbing here to build something. Little Red Cap, Little Red Riding Hood, she overcame difficulties. You know, this is metaphorically about rebirth. This is actually the card of the Fool in a traditional pack. It's the 0 card of the Fool. It's a new beginning. So the soul loss element, if you've been hurt in sufficiently to feel, you know, really defended in relationships, I think the blessing that's coming, this is Christmas. The blessing that's coming is something that's somebody that's really genuine. They're real. You're going to feel so grateful for this. And if somebody has not really stepped up before and they come back into your world, or an existing relationship that hasn't been running entirely smoothly, they come forward and they really apologize. They kind of see you, or you see them. I think something is very honestly, openly coming into your world in someone. So if it's somebody in an existing relationship that behaved badly, I think their apology is very genuine. Because this is Christmas time. I'm seeing resolution. So whether this is a brand new relationship, you're setting forth on a brand new phase of connection, of relationship, whether it is business, personal, love, whether it is an existing relationship that takes on a whole new chapter of the world, or that overcomes difficulties, or is brand new and you overcome the difficulties you have had because of previous history. This is coming to fix this. This is coming to repair, to work, to build. This is bringing the new beginning. With the card of Little Red Cap, the Fool, you're being asked to take a risk. If you are in any way defensive, you know, look through the lens of clarity rather than the fog of the past. Because I think this person is genuine. Whatever part of your world they arrive in, and whatever this will mean for you. Let's get some more information. Maybe have some more information about this person, or any information maybe about how or when in the next 3 months this arrives. And maybe also ask, I was going to say, how you feel about it. How will my pile twos feel about this? Okay, I'm seeing that one as well. Let's put these to one side first. over here and look at these first. So how is this coming? Can we have any idea of timing? So we have 6 of Cups, pleasure. Okay. We have King of Wands. Right, this is suggesting this is going to happen quite fast. We have 4 of Cups, luxury. We have the Hanged Man, wow, and the Tower card. This is big. Okay, so this is going to be one of those, if this is someone brand new, this is somebody who's going to knock your socks off, literally. You know, one of those meetings where it's so dynamic. It's like, wow, you know, where did that come from? I think it's happening quite soon, actually, within the next 3 months, because we've got the King of Wands. This is a fast-moving card. I think if you could meet at a social, if this is a brand new relationship, you could meet at a social event of some sort. It looks as though it's more social. So indeed, if this is a business connection, you might meet them at a networking event. It's definitely connected to kind of a social element here, more than a working environment. So you could even be, I don't know, going to a party. If this is a business thing, you could be going to someone's party, get talking and realise you've just met the perfect business partner, or you've just met your future publisher or something like that. There's something here, but lighten up here, because we know that there is defensiveness in you with the Hanged Man. There's concern within you that you may not, I think there's fearfulness of repeating a pattern, that maybe you're not seeing someone clearly. You know, can you really trust them? And this seems to me to go back to the past. If you are in an existing situation where it's renewed, or someone comes back into your life, again, you could be feeling a little bit defensive here, but I think it's happening quite soon. And, you know, if you've had a breakdown in an existing relationship, this is somebody who's going to kind of want to wine and dine you and bring, you know, appear with passion. They're going to do lots of romantic stuff here, moonlight dinners and things, you know. But yeah, I think this is happening relatively quickly. I think it will be hard. It would be very hard for you to deny. You might try to deny your feelings, but I think ultimately it would be rather difficult for you to do so. I think there's a strength of feeling here. You may actually slightly hide your feelings here. But the reading is suggesting you can trust this. It's something can be brought full circle here. Whether that's a period of your life where you've never felt you could fully trust, or you tried to trust and then you were betrayed, or something is getting processed within this, or within you, really, ultimately. This is a new beginning. It's suggesting it feels like a risk. Okay, what do we have? How are you going to feel about it? So we have the Queen of Cups. We have the 4 of Pentacles, power. We have the 5 of Wands, strife. That's interesting. We have the 9 of Swords. Okay, this is a card of cruelty, but this is a bit of a dark night of the soul card. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Sun. I think you're going to have really mixed feelings about this, which is really, really interesting. I think that's why we've got this rune of defense and the card of strength, which does suggest that we can persevere, we can come through something, we can work through something. I mean, Blessing of the Kite Dancer tells us, it's a card that says, we will, the language of it is very beautiful. It's kind of very much along the lines of, dear one, we have placed an obstacle in your way so that you can jump over it, so that you will be stronger, better. I think something that I think may be relevant to some of you as well. Focus on your needs, desires. Maybe within relationship, it has been difficult for you to really establish what you need to keep your boundaries. Whether this is in business, whether in any connections, whether it's in friendships, have you have people who've walked all over you or taken more than they should have done or treated you badly? Relationships where you have been, were betrayed. However you look at it, there's an emphasis coming back here on your personal agency, your own sovereignty, and your entitlement to be really clear about what you will and what you won't accept with the Hanged Man as well. So you know, this is about not maybe rushing into this. Your feelings are going to feel this is going to feel very life-changing. It's a big decision to make this commitment. But I think that, rather than worry about it, you know, that dark night of the soul, gosh, will the same thing happen again, all that stuff. But, you know, we all do it. So there we go. There's no judgment in what I'm saying, but we all do it, don't we? It's where we go if we have been hurt. It's completely normal and natural to review the past if you enter a new chapter of your world. But rather than giving yourself a hard time or giving this person a hard time if they're coming back into your world or they're trying to come forward with an olive branch or something like that, own your own power. Okay, just state really clearly what you want. State what you will accept and what you won't accept. Really own your own sovereignty. Talk about how you feel and what you need. I mean, this is the key here. The Sun genuinely can sometimes, it's a beautiful card also that acknowledges happiness. And I think, you know, it also sometimes can suggest or identify a new relationship, but a new relationship that has a degree of consciousness around it. So I think this is most definitely a relationship reading, and the key here is you owning your own sovereignty and your own voice and talking about what you need. And it's kind of like contracting for what you need, not at the expense of the other person, but just being really, really, really clear, crystal clear. That's what glass is all about. Crystal clear about your vision of the future. Okay, what you are wanting from a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a love interest, whether it's a business relationship. Be crystal clear about the future that you want. Do not leave anything unspoken. And that is the key to success here. The reading is suggesting that the person you connect with is genuine, but they won't know what you want unless you can be clear with them. If you're clear with them, then they can then respond to it. And we have the Ace of Pentacles followed by the Sun. So this is that solid, new, real beginning. There's real potential here. Real potential to make this possible. Wow. Wow. I think it's happening quite quickly, if I'm honest. Don't know what social things you have coming up, but I think it is happening quite quickly with the King of Wands. Certainly, I think when you do meet this person or they come forward if things haven't been going well or there's a new chapter of something or however it is, I think they will want it to move fast. And it is it's kind of a big decision because this is an important relationship. You know, and if it is your relationship with the divine, it may be that if you have been resistant to owning your gifts, that something will happen to cause you to really reflect on where you are and to kind of take an ownership of whether or not you really want to step up. It's like a pathway can unfold for you. Feels like Christmas. So, wow, I don't think I need to say any more, but, you know, keep that clarity. I think this can go really far. This can be good. This is what we're being shown here. So beautiful souls, so much healing as well. I just have to, going back to this card of this child, you know, was talking about being fragmented. There's healing within this. I mean, when we meet someone genuine or someone genuinely comes forwards and says, I'm so sorry, when that happens, we can heal, we can repair. We may be a little bit anxious, a bit defensive, but if that person is genuine and you're going to work at it together and you can be really clear about where you're at, then actually the world is your oyster, really. Fab. Beautiful. Wonderful. This is the blessing, I think, that is coming in the next 3 months. Pile 2, I'm sending you so much love. And, you know, thank you, all of you, for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and all the things you do that support the channel. Thank you as well for your comments, and those of you that give back in the super thanks in the comments too. Tons of love, pile 2. I hope to see you again for another reading really, really soon. Hey, pile 3, welcome to your reading, beautiful souls. You have Earth's Heart, Cavarum Terra. I'm going to draw your runes first of all, actually. We have 3 runes that have come through for you. We have Tewaz, the spiritual warrior. We have the blank rune. And you have Nathis Constraint. How interesting. This is about something deep within this card that is going to be blossoming. Maybe it's covered over at the moment. Put your runes here. I wonder if you are going to have to be quite decisive about kind of cutting through something in order to bring something to the surface or to blossom. Let's draw more cards. We are asking what significant blessing is coming to you in the next 3 months. I feel that it's this one. I was wondering, are you going to get 3? But it was definitely that one. Okay, so we have 7777 perseverance, change of perspective, inner strength. Absolutely inner strength. There's a need for a change of perspective on whatever has taken over you. You will want to succeed, or if you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road you're on, reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the next step is, and then cycles. Karma will be paying you a visit. Okay. Release the need to control, because you can't force things. Okay. Let me just check in with our camera, make sure it's focusing properly for you. And draw more cards. This is very, very interesting. Something needs to break open or come to the surface. Some kind of restraint or constraint around you. Wolf, guidance. Okay, loving that card. Loving that card. We have... Actually, do you know, I'm seeing this one here. Angel of Music. And we have above you, the Lantern Dancer. Okay. What blessing is coming to you? I'm going to draw your tarot cards potentially as well before I really voice what I feel I am hearing. I do feel you're going to be guided out. There's like it's almost as if there is an obstacle in your way and it will be removed. What is this about? May we get more information, please, for pile 3? What is this about? I'm seeing this one as well. And that one there. And the one on the base of the pack. And those as well. We have a lot of cards. Let's lay them out and see where we are going. So, Seeker of Hearts. How interesting. This is from The Wizard of Oz. And here we have the Tin Man who wants to get a heart. This is the heart, the Earth's heart. Okay, we then have the 8 of Swords. Okay, then we have the 5 of Crystals. This is a Venus star. Okay, we have Child of Wands. We have Jack and the Beanstalk. Okay, and then we have the Guide of Crystals. I'm going to put these to one side. We'll use them in just a moment. We'll come back to them. Let's lay these out first. Have a little bit of a look at your story as it unfolds. I feel like, what's that? I feel like you have a dream. But for some reason, it feels unattainable. Or as if there is something in the way of this dream. Now, this could be a big dream, like a vision of the future you want to create. It could be your calling, your purpose, your career pathway, whatever it is. It could simply be to find the love of your life, but you have a big dream. Not that that's simple, actually. You have a really big dream. It's a major, it's like the biggest, most major commitment that you want in your life. Now, you can't force this to happen, but there is a part of you that I think you have this dream, you have this vision, you know you really want it. Child of Wands. It's a huge vision. For some of you, it is actually connected to the earth. It could be, you could be an eco warrior. You could be somebody who wants to design eco houses, but you just don't know how you're ever going to get this off the ground. You have a business idea. You could be someone who, I don't know, wants to repopulate the earth with insects. I don't know, whatever it is. You have a really big dream. And some people may actually even have said to you, this is foolish. With Jack and the Beanstalk, this is a foolish dream, or that you have a dream and you've tried to initiate it, but there basically is something blocking you. Now, it could be your own inner attitudes within the recesses of your mind that you don't believe it to be possible. There could be actual physical circumstances around you. I think for a lot of you, maybe the challenge is within. It's believing it, feeling like this could be possible. This is very interesting. I feel you are to be guided because actually the reading is saying your big dream is worthy. It's absolutely worthy and it is valid. Okay. I think you'll be guided like music to your ears. I keep hearing this card saying to me, above you the lantern dance. I mean, look at these three cards of guidance. Persevere. Karma's paying you a visit. Now, some of you may even in your head have got into your head that almost karmically something's blocking you. I think that a cycle is coming to some kind of either an end. This is sort of saying you can't control this. There's a bigger picture. Learn your lessons so they don't repeat in the future. Make space for new experiences. So if you've gotten yourself into that mindset where you think karmically you don't deserve it or it won't happen, you're being asked to really put that down. Make a commitment. Seahorses commit. They commit to their partners. Make a commitment to what you actually want. Make a commitment to your dream. This is suggesting that this dream can come true. It's quite a big statement to make in a reading, really. Let's get more information. But you're going to be guided to make it possible, okay? I'm not saying it won't be without challenges with Jack and the Beanstalk. I mean, he had to, climb that beanstalk and become really, what's the word? Ingenuity is the word. Ingenious. He had to become ingenious to overcome and defeat the giant. But we have the 10 of Hearts here, okay? We have the 3 little pigs. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the Earth Child again. We've got the Earth showing up here, Child of Wands. And look at that heart, Earth's heart. I think many of you have, we have Sleeping Beauty. I'm just going to place this over here for a moment. I think many of you, there really, really is an idea, a dream, and it will benefit the earth. I really do think it will. Whether this is actually, it could be like, living off grid, buying some land, living off grid, but living in a way that will benefit the earth, and then teaching others maybe how to live off grid. I talked about eco houses, building an eco house. Maybe that's your big, big, big dream, but you feel it'll never be possible that you could build an eco house. You could build something that's sustainable. The three little pigs built 3 houses, and the only one of them was sustainable. The Four of Swords, we have to contemplate, we have to think about something, we have to reflect in order to progress. Your dream, your vision is absolutely viable and worthy. Now, I'm not saying your whole dream will come true in the next 3 months, because if you were deciding to build a company that builds eco houses and set everything up, that would be a major, endeavor, and probably your life's work. But so you're not going to suddenly be able to set the whole thing up within 3 months. But I think what happens is that something comes along here. We've got Sleeping Beauty to wake you up to the possibility, music to your ears. You're being guided. Some form of guidance is going to come to you, some kind of message. You may even find messages come to you. You know when you just turn on the radio and the words of the song give you the exact answer you needed in that moment to what you were thinking about? You're being guided. You're being asked to persevere here, but something is coming to wake you up to the genuine potential of your dream, to make you see that it's really possible, that you can do this. I think that is the blessing that's coming, something to shift anything within you that says that you can't do it or it won't be possible. Now, I don't know what that will be, and I'm going to draw more cards and get more information for you. But something, even Jack and the Beanstalk, this came out of Jack and the Beanstalk, the story. He lived with his mum, and they were penniless, and the only thing they had was a cow. They had just this lovely cow that used to give them milk every day, and that was their only kind of like resource. And their situation had got so bad that Jack's mother said, you have to take the cow to market and sell it, because at least we can put food on the table, because we're not getting enough milk and we can't sell, whatever. Anyway, their situation was desperate, and off he went. And then he got kind of, I suppose you could say, tricked, but actually guided to trade the cow for some magic beans. And his mother was absolutely furious and threw them out of the window. But these beans were like seeds that were sown, and so these seeds were sown, and overnight this incredible beanstalk grew, and Jack climbed it, and that's how he made his fortune. He overcame the difficulties, he slayed the giant, or I think overcame the giant who had stolen all the riches from all the people, and so he became this mega famous, I suppose, in his locality person who'd slain the giant and resolved everybody's problems. So that's the kind of story. It's like overcoming adversity to achieve something and become great, but great in a way that helped the community and benefited everybody. And this is all about benefiting the earth. So whether this is literally building something for yourself that means that you can live more sustainably, and this is your dream. Sometimes this even speaks of love coming in. So this is not coming across as a relationship reading, but if you are longing to meet someone who sings from the same page, perhaps you are longing to meet someone and your biggest dream ever is, to meet the love of your life and build an eco house, for example, or, set up an organic farm, then this would suggest that maybe you then, this person arrives and they are the person who's going to align. You share the same dream. You share the same vision. You share this space of possibility. It's like meeting someone. I've always wanted to do this. So have I, So if it is in connection to love for some of you, the love will resonate with your dream. But overall, this is not a relationship reading. I just voice it because this card can sometimes indicate that. But this is something coming to you. The blessing is coming to you to wake you up into a space where your dream feels as though it is genuinely possible. It's alive. It's not just a dream that you sort of think, well, one day it may or may not happen, but I hope it does, but hey, it might not, or, in that place, or even it'll never happen to me space. This is something arriving, music to your ears, that wakes you up to know that this is possible and real. Your dream is definitely, absolutely achievable. Let's see what else we are shown. Can we ask maybe a little bit more detail about how this arrives, perhaps? See what we're shown. Could we also ask maybe how quickly in the next 3 months this might arrive? I mean, we have a timing around this. Could we ask how quickly this might arrive? And may I ask how pile 3 are going to feel when this arrives? Okay, that feels right. Okay, we'll put those to one side, how you're going to feel. This was how quickly it's arriving. Let's ask how this might happen. More information. Okay. We've got the 3 of Cups, abundance. We've got the King of Swords, and we've got the 2 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. This for me looks like some sort of shift in your financial circumstances, actually. So it may be that there is there's a change in your circumstances that move, and there's some kind of a change that initiates a forward motion. Now, it literally could be a change in your financial circumstances where you suddenly realise you have the capacity to fund your vision. Or it could be that someone comes along and says, I'm prepared to back you. This is amazing. I mean, we're seeing celebration here. We're seeing collaboration, connection here. It could be that you find the right community of people who are all wanting to do the same things, and you share a vision so you can get together, combine your resources and make this possible. But I'm seeing a shift. It does look as if it's a shift in your kind of, financial circumstances. So suddenly this becomes real for you, whereas you'd sat in a place where you just thought, I could never afford this. Could even be that there's a windfall for some of you, something comes in. How soon might this be happening? Okay, we have the Hanged Man. We have the Hermit. And we have the High Priestess. Okay. Right. Come back to this card, Perseverance. There's a need for a change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road you're on, reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the next step is, the right next step is. Okay, I'm going to say that you have an influence over the timing of this. The High Priestess, the guidance, is waiting here to open the doors for you. It's almost as though in this card she is pushing the pillars apart. She's creating a gateway for you. Just make sure that's in focus for you. I think that is, yeah. My apologies if that's now made it out of focus. That was not my plan. Okay. To wiggle your camera so that you couldn't see. It was to wiggle it properly so you could. I hope that is showing the cards clearly. I'm trying out new cameras, and this one is good because I can press a little button and it refocuses, because sometimes cards autofocus and you can't then see properly. They focus on something else. I'm not quite sure how it works. But that's interesting that that's just done. Look at the way that I wobbled. And I thought things were out of focus, and then I tried to make a move with something and then didn't quite pan out as I was hoping. Isn't that interesting? I always think everything that happens in a reading is significant. Because that didn't happen. I've refocused the camera in every one of these readings, and that did not happen. It didn't shift it out of like change the course. So there's a change of perspective is needed. You know, I think maybe you've gotten a little bit off track in your mind. You're needing to see something clearly. You can affect the timing of this by really focusing on what you want from a space of belief, and keep persevering, whether that's creating vision boards, whether that's actually doing research, whether it's continuing along the pathway that you're already on, where you're already taking actions towards this, but you've perhaps lost faith in your idea, lost faith in that dream. The High Priestess wants to open She's going to push these pillars apart for you, create a gateway for you, but you've kind of got to release anything within you that says you can't have this in order for it to then happen. How are you going to feel about this? We have the Queen of Swords, we have the Prince of Wands, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you are going to feel actually pretty damn focused about where you want to go, and very motivated, really, really motivated. When this happens, whatever it is that comes in, this change of circumstances that, see, I think we're seeing a flow, a cycle here actually. It's like you shift your perspective, okay? You shift your perspective, you really get focused on where you want to be. You hold your dream and you change that perspective and you just say, whatever I'm doing that I can persevere with this, I'm going to do it. And therefore the guidance comes, the door is open for you. I think that comes in a change of your circumstances. There's some change in your immediate circumstances, whether it's your finances or your current situation. And within that, you know this is now the like the opening, the break, the window. You know it's possible. Something happens to make you know this can be real. And then you're like, oh wow, that worked. Oh wow, changing my perspective, holding my vision really worked. Creating that vision board really worked. This is the opening I've been waiting for. You are motivated, you are clear, you are focused. You're ready to go for this. You are ready to run with it because you know you can make this happen. This is the blessing that is coming in for you. It's not the actual thing, it's the actual dream, the thing that you really want. That big dream suddenly becomes genuinely possible and you can go for it. And your passion and your clarity of vision, your focus, your energy is back on track, totally back on track. Cycles, changes, rebirth. It's like karmically, nothing is blocked anymore. Yeah, I actually think this actually is part of your calling. It's part of your vision. It's part of why you came here. I think that's the karmic element of it. You came here to do this. You came here to build that eco house or to do whatever it is that you want to do to protect the earth, to live in a way that is in greater alignment with the earth's energy, to assist others perhaps in doing this. Whatever this is why you came here. It's a part of why you came here. This dream. Definitely lost sight of that, or not lost sight of it, but begun to feel that it can't happen. Don't in any way involve any language in your head that says you can't. Do you know, I'm really reminded, I had the most amazing art teacher when I was at school. He was very inspirational for me. I came from a family where I wasn't encouraged, put it that way anyway. That's perhaps the best way of saying things. I don't think I was particularly encouraged to believe that my dreams could ever be real, in various ways. And it's very, very interesting because he used to say, there's no such word as can't. You know, he was a real can person, not a can't. No such word as can't. There's always a way. And I've never forgotten that. He was very inspirational for me as a young person. Big respect to you if you're out there. I dare say probably not out there listening to my readings, but if you are, thank you. You were very significant. That's coming through really interestingly, isn't it? Maybe someone does come along and says, look, I believe in you. Because that was such a turning point for me. I was a very depressed child, so I didn't had a lot of daydreams, but I didn't have any capacity to believe in possibility, really, beyond my own daydreaming world. Maybe someone comes along and says, your dreams can be real. I believe in you. That may well also be coming, that change in your circumstances. Well, of course you can do that. Why wouldn't you? You're amazing. Someone may come in and believe in you, and that in itself shifts. You're celebrated. Someone says, well, of course you can do it. You know, I'm here whenever you need me. Just, you know, I'm backing you 100%. Whether that's in real terms or just saying to you, this, don't stop, keep going. Something coming here that shifts your perspective, though I do see real energy coming in here, progress, focus. The wheel is turning. Wow. Wow's a wow. Someone that allows you to recommit to your dream, or indeed commits to it with you. Wow. However this arrives, this is a total opening up of possibility for you. Wow. And having been, at the time of doing this reading, obviously, this is to some extent timeless, although it's an equinox reading, which is, of course, that turning point, that point of equal balance, when possibility, we can really sit in a space of possibility. Having said that, you could come to this at next year's equinoxes. You know, depending on, you know, you could arrive at this at a spring equinox, an autumn equinox, whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere. But whenever you come to this reading, certainly astrologically, what I was going to say was I've been absorbing myself in 2025. I'm actually doing this in 2024 and looking at the energy of the coming year, which is a time of huge accelerated growth. I mean, you are in alignment with the overall energy of transformation. That I will say. And whenever you come to this reading, that is a message that's coming through here. Your dream is in alignment with the overall evolutionary changes that are taking place for humanity, that are karmically destined, actually, for us and for our beautiful planet at this time. Pile 3, this is your reading. I am sending you so much love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I look forward to seeing you again for some other readings really soon. And thank you for all that you do to support the channel, whether that's subscribing, liking, sharing, supporting through the comments, supporting me, supporting one another. Just thank you for being you. Tons of love.